Hello YouTubers, Future Cam here. If you've watched the live stream already, or you can read the title, you'll probably be able to tell that the 5k that I was supposed to be doing today didn't go very well. And again, I just wanted to go over, you can see so many people doing such great things, doing huge massive scores, and especially for Mental Health Awareness Week. This week, it's not always a case of always doing the highs. With all the highs, all the successes, all the PBs, the PRs, not must, but usually come lows, and people generally, or what I've seen, don't really share the lows. So today wasn't a big low, but it definitely wasn't a success. So as always, Yamsquad showing you the ups and the downs of the journey. So let's get to the video right now. Hello YouTubers and welcome to another episode. As you can tell from the title, we have a test day. Today we have a 5k, which is going to be an interesting one because the last time I did a 5k, and the last time before that, and the last time before that, all the way back till 2015-16 as Yam takes a nice and loud drink, it's pretty much been the same time, just below 16 minutes, and the one before that, my PB was 15:40, pretty much on the dot. So we're going to see how today goes. The half an hour yesterday, or last week even, was pretty confidence building. I did sub 16 minute last 15 minutes, or you get what I mean. So there's confidence for that. But we're going to try and keep sort of normalcy throughout the day before the 5k itself. We've got the same fuel I always have for breakfast, lovely shake, and then going to just head out and play fetch with Yam. Oh, yeah. Ready? Yeah, come here, yeah. Good boy, give me. And we're out here playing fetch with Yam, just like I would on any normal day. And that's kind of really important on a test day. Just because it is a test day doesn't mean you try and do things really differently, because that can end up making yourself more nervous, more built up, and then when it ends up at the test itself, it means you end up being really wound up and not getting the best out of yourself. So we're out here, Yam's over here now, we're out here, leave it, out your jowl, out your jowl, leave, good boy, ready, ready, touch it. We're out here playing fetch, both to get the energy out of Yam, but also just to keep me nice and chilled, nice and relaxed pre-test day. So definitely recommend, obviously not doing anything too drastic if you do drastic things normally, but just trying to go about your day normally on a normal test, or on a big test day, to keep the nerves nice and chilled out. And Yam is, oh, you're all out of breath. Yam's all tired from his fetching this morning, and obviously, yes, you want to be normal in your pre-test routine, but you don't want to overdo it. So there's a bit of a balance between, yes, being normal, and also not trying to just stress yourself out, as Yam's still got some energy left. But we're going to head back in and keep the normalcy, but a little bit of chill pre 5k. Oh yeah! Yeah. Sit. Good boy. Stay. Go ahead. Go ahead. And we've made it onto the floor in the house with Yam, chilling out pre-warm-up before the 5k itself. Like I said earlier, trying not to do too much out of the ordinary, so Yam and I usually have a little bit of chill time anyway, but also try not to get too built up, and it's easier said than done really. You can obviously just be, oh well, I'm not going to get built up, but you're going to get a bit nervous, and it's trying to use that nervousness that you do end up with in the test itself. Harness the power of the nerves. So now, just gonna chill out a little bit longer with Yam, and then we start the warm-up, and the warm-up itself will just be steady rowing, really easy, and then a little bit harder, then some bursts. And since it's a longer piece, like a 5k instead of a 2k or a 1k, I really want to make sure that I'm ready to go for the first stroke and able to sort of keep going through the whole thing, rather than sort of using the first K or so as a warm-up almost and then getting into it. I want to be into it as close to the first stroke as possible, isn't that right? And setting up the live stream too for the Yamsquad onto YouTube. So that will be the next sort of 20 minutes, half an hour, and then we get started with the warm-up. Now just setting up the live stream, deciding whether or not to do the GoPro for this live stream or not. We'll soon find out. But do this, warm up, let's go. One of the benefits of erging in your kitchen, you can take your time and choose a time that suits you. Even though we've had a bit of a disaster with the live stream, cutting out, cutting in, we've got it going now. A little bit delayed, but no fear, we're about to start. Oh yeah. Okay, live stream finished. Disappointed with the result. It's just one of those, like, I don't want to be like, oh well, warm up wasn't very good, or felt really warm. I got distracted with the live stream.
because that's things that you might have to deal with on a race day. So in reality, it's sort of like a good preparation for things that come up. Like today wasn't a race day. Yes, it was a sort of test. So using the environment, using the scenarios to see what happens. So for example, if on race day there's thunder and lightning and I'm on the start line and all warmed up, ready to go, bit of thunder, then you have to paddle back, then go back to the start line once that's passed. That's pretty much what we went through today, and just didn't quite deal with the piece itself very well. I think I spent a lot of my adrenaline, fuel just right before the stream cut out, so to get that back is quite difficult. But again, have to deal with it. It's not as if, oh well, I went slower. That is faster than the last 5k I did, so it is an improvement on that. But I wanted to, like, going off of my last week's half hour, the last 15 minutes was faster than this piece today, so it is in the tank. Recovery the day before, a few days before, like the Friday's minutes and 100 minutes can take a lot out of you, so is that case of not recovered enough, just need that top end freshness for the 5k, and different things like that I'll be analysing, and then we will be back to do another 5k at some point, and then obviously taking what I've learned today into other pieces, whether it's intervals, 2ks, other tests, other workouts, and hopefully you can too. Share in this experience with me. A little bit of disappointment, but appreciate everybody that turned out, had a little watch, even if I did have a bit of a blow, a bit of a nightmare. And as always, Yamsquad, remember to subscribe if you haven't already, hit that like button, and I will see you in another episode. What day is this? It's already Monday, so we'll see you in Tuesday's episode for another episode. Oh yeah.